Hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Eldercare's training series, Eldercare Academy. I am Adrienne Ostris. I am going to be your host this morning, talking all things Integrity Connect. I think that majority of you that I see on here, I have talked to before, so thank you so much for joining me this morning. And I think I see a few new names, so welcome to the training live. And if you are watching it on our YouTube channel, thank you for watching on our YouTube channel too. We always record these so you can catch them again if you need to on our YouTube Eldercare Broker. So I do see a few more people jumping on. Good morning, welcome. I see Carolyn in Florida, Amy in Arkansas, Paul, Shannon, Terry, Tisha. We even have Jack on here. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. As always, we want this to be a conversation, right? I want you to leave this training confident in the technology that we're offering. So please find the Q&A box. Tell me good morning. Tell me, are you using Integrity Connect? Are you just needing to know, how you can be using it more? Are you wanting to know what's coming? Like what are some new features that are coming? Let me know what you're most interested in hearing this morning, because I want to make sure I share exactly what you're looking for. And if you're watching live on Facebook, you can comment. And even on the YouTube channel, you can comment on there too. And I respond back to those right away. So feel free to comment and let me know you can hear and see me. I see some more people jumping on. Martha, Mike, Nancy, good morning, guys. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here. I don't see anything coming through the Q&A, so hopefully y'all can hear and see me okay. All right, well, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, Shannon, I can hear and see you. Awesome. Thank you, Shannon. I love participation, so more points for participating. Amy, good morning. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, so now I feel more confident in rocking and rolling. I hate getting started and then I'm muted or something. So this morning, I'm going to kind of talk about the big picture of Integrity Connect, some ways that you can be winning using it, working a little bit smarter, not harder using the technology. And then I'm also going to share some things that are coming soon, some things that were announced at MedicareCENTER. So if you were at MedicareCENTER and already heard this, I know you're already super excited and can't wait. But for those of you who don't know what's coming soon, I'm really excited to share that. So, John said, good morning. Conrad said, never used. Okay, Conrad. Well, I'm excited to kind of show you what it looks like using our technology and letting you know how you can get access to it as well. Okay, so I can't show you on the screen what's coming because that has not been released, but I can tell you verbally what's coming. So if you're taking notes, and if I talk about anything specific in this training on a certain feature, just jot it down and you can email me. My email is on the screen right now, and we can set up a one-on-one Zoom and we can do a deeper training on a specific feature that you're wanting, okay? I'm happy to do that. But drumroll, please, here is what is coming. Our goal is before AEP this year, okay? So we are going to update our quoting on here. It's going to be way more comprehensive, meaning we are going to add Medicare supplements and ancillary products in addition to the Medicare Advantage and the Life products that are already on here. We are adding our benefit eligibility check. Okay, this is for you to be able to look up DSNPs, real-time Medicaid and LIS eligibility verification. So I know there's, carriers and other platforms that offer this. We are going to release a version of it, and I saw a sneak peek of it last week, and it looks so awesome. Like, I cannot wait for this feature to release for all of you, because it is going to help you truly save so much time and just help you truly stay in the same Integrity Connect portal without ever having to go anywhere else. We are also going to integrate MedSup quoting into the same workflow as the Medicare Advantage workflow. So if you're familiar with, how you've been doing your Medicare Advantage apps on here, The Medicare supplement will be working in line with that, along with that. So that's really exciting too. I mean, we still offer CSG app. You can go to CSG app. That's where you go now for your med subs, but we are going to be moving it into the Integrity Connect part as well. Super, super excited about that. So that's kind of more on the quoting. I also saw there's going to be major improvements to the filters. When you're quoting Medicare Advantage, you're going to be able to filter by doctor, by prescription, by dual level. Like there's so many filters come in to help you narrow down exactly what you're looking for, as well as be able to share just one plan to a consumer for them to enroll. So I know that's going to be really exciting for some of your more tech savvy clients. Amy said, yay, this is a game changer. Yes, it is a game changer for sure, Amy. It's going to definitely, we're definitely going to be, wanting to make the best version of all the features out there in the industry. So you better believe like ours is going to be pretty amazing. So we are going to make enhancements to our Ask Integrity features, which are what we call our AI features. So we are going to do real-time carrier push alerts for SEPs, formulary, and hospital network changes. And this allows the agent to be proactive in serving their clients. So imagine logging into Integrity Connect and being notified that this client, has an SEP or has something changing in their formulary or hospital network. I'm so excited about that. Benefit change explains that detail how a consumer coverage may be impacted. So we'll give you all those details. And then the AI generated to-do list to surface cross-sell opportunities, renewal touch points, and more. So this is kind of where I'm going to put the plug in for if you're not using Integrity Connect, now is the time to get yourself really, really comfortable with it. Start putting your clients' data in there and get it organized how you want it to be organized. And then once these features release, all that data will be in there for us to look at, and we can help you, with those notifications, those AI notifications to help you stay on top of it. So we are going to do AI-powered reporting and actions for Integrity Connect Plus. This is going to be on the agency side. So if you have an agency, you have access to Integrity Connect Plus, and this is where you'll be able to see AI-powered insights shared right from the dashboard and see at a glance the items needed to drive growth for your agency, as well as enhanced data visualization on the business performance. So we're going to be able to show you all of that reporting on an agency level as well. Terry asked, will this still be at no cost to agents? Absolutely, Terry, it's at no cost. We offer this, for free for our agents. We truly want to help you be successful. And that's how we do it, is to offer you the best technology in the industry. So this may not pertain to everyone on this training, but we are going to do some solutions built for the LOA and career agencies. We know that they are out there, and maybe you are trying to build your own agency. And so we are going to be releasing enhanced LOA and career shop controls to give full override authority and visibility retained by the principal. Open API with agency data for self-service integrations into current agency tech stack, including dialers, lead vendors, and analytic tools. And then agency line of sight into agent Ask Integrity recommendations to help support agent workflow and ensure client needs are being met. So that's pretty exciting for those of you building your own agencies. And then lastly, we are going to be making updates to the member activation and support. So we are going to do pre-built drip campaigns to support every stage of the sales cycle from enrollment through retention. We're going to do agency co-branding and customization to personalize each touch point to the agent relationship. And then this one, I feel like needs a drum roll. I have had many agents recommend this. We are going to have a document management feature. So this is including SOA digitation and storage, as well as other critical client documents like Medicare ID, Medicaid ID, and HIPAA authorization can now be uploaded into client records. I also heard that with this document management that we are going to release, it's going to sync into our AI technology. So you're going to be able to have so much access to your own data, which you absolutely deserve, right? I mean, this is your data. You need to have it all in one place and to be able to access it and understand it quickly as possible, quickly and as easy as possible. So now now that you've heard about all the new features, like let me know how you're feeling about it. What feature are you most looking forward to? Are there still features that you're wanting to see on here? We listen to agents, right? This is technology built for agents by agents. So please, don't be scared to speak up on any of the features that you're wanting to see on Integrity Connect. And so I'm going to go ahead and get into the platform and show you live exactly how I would recommend you get started and kind of how you're going to win a lot in preparing for this AEP with our technology. So let me get my different screen going. And if you do need my email again before I change my screen, it's on there. So you can grab it and reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to help anytime with the technology. All right. Okay, everyone should be able to see my dashboard now. Terry asked, will we be able to send AEP notifications to our book of business? I would need more details on that, Terry. What exactly are you wanting to send them? You can mass email your book of business to do the scope of appointment and to, get synced with you for AEP. Absolutely. You have multiple options there. Michael, will we receive a recording of this webinar too for the slow learner? Michael, yes. You can always watch it on our YouTube channel, Eldercare Broker. Okay, so for those of you who are new to Integrity Connect, this is what it will look like when you log in to the platform. You're automatically in the system. This is the dashboard to kind of give you that big snapshot of what's going on with your policies and your clients and everything that you have going on in here. So when you're first in here, which I'm going to break this down into 3 sections. I'm going to talk CRM, and then I'm going to talk quoting, and then I'm going to talk leads a little bit. So this does work as a CRM for you. So whenever you're looking at this, like again, this is the main dashboard. And this is going to tell you if you have any leads, if you have any calendar appointments, any unlinked connections. So this is like possible leads as well, any scopes that you still need to sign, and then you'll be able to see the application status snapshot. This is where it's really, really impressive. We do receive, certain policy data from the carriers, and so we're feeding that back to you, and you have complete access to that as you deserve, right? And then as you scroll to the bottom, this is also going to show your recent activity. So anything that you've been doing recently in here, you'll be able to quickly get to that contact record and see exactly what you've been up to. Anytime you see this filter button here, it's like the 3 little lines with the 3 little circles. This is one of my favorite features on Integrity Connect. This filter button is almost on every page in every section that we offer. So if you're really wanting to narrow down, like during AEP, I just want to see my app submitted, you can just filter to your app submitted and it'll show you, which I don't have on here to do. I'm in a staging account, so it looks a little bit different on my end. But how this works as a CRM is if you come over here to clients on the left, this is where you can add your clients in here, existing clients, potential clients. This is also where you can import a spreadsheet of your clients. You'll notice in the top right-hand corner, there's an import button. So you can import them in here. And then this is where you'll be able to kind of use this as a CRM. You can, see that client snapshot, like how many are clients, how many are new, how many are loyal. You can do policy tracking, notes, reminders. There's all kinds of features in here for you. So whenever you're in here, which I'm going to jump to this portal because I feel like mine, my staging one looks a little different for you guys. So I'm going to jump over to this one so it looks more accurate. So when you're in here and you go into a client, I'm going to look for Kevin. Kevin is my common training contact here. So whenever you're in the contact record, this is where you can start to organize your clients as you want. This is where you can, schedule reminders. You'll notice in this one, I have a lot of overdue reminders from all of my trainings, but this is a good way to show you, like, this is how you can keep track of those 30, 60, 90 calls. This is how you can keep track of your follow-ups, your check-ins, all of that. This is also where we released our brand new calendar syncing. So you can actually schedule appointments on here and it will notify you and the client when that scheduled appointment was made, and it'll do a reminder as well. So that is super, super impressive. It will sync with your Outlook or Google calendars. If you're wanting training on that, I'm happy to help with that. It is a really, really exciting feature. You'll learn with me that I am all about the fewer clicks, the better. Okay. So I don't want to have to go back and forth to multiple screens or multiple apps. I want it all in one place. And this calendar helps you do that. And then as you keep scrolling through, this is where you'll see all of your clients' personal information, all of the activities here, and then any client notes. So again, you'll notice like there's this filter button. You can add your own custom activities. There's all kinds of things that you can do in here to help you better serve your clients. And then over here on the left, this is where the tags are. So if you're wanting to take it up a notch and get really creative in organizing your clients, you would do that with the tags. So you'll notice here on the left, there's custom tags. You can create as many tags as you want. So if you wanted to make a tag for like July birthdays, you could do that. I made one in here that was not techie for, those clients that I know I'm going to have to mail them things. They're not going to want to do any sort of digital. And then I did a tag in here for, I think, veterans, for referrals, for event attendees. I mean, there are so many ways that you can organize your clients, and every agent is different, right? And how they want to see or organize their clients. So that's why you get to create as many tags as you want to. And then also within here, this is where you do all of your texting, your calls on the recorded line. I know that a lot of you do face-to-face appointments now, but if you do any calls with your clients, I would encourage you to try out the recorded line, because what's going to happen is the AI technology part of this will be able to give you the notes from that call. And then that way, before you meet with that client again, you can ask the Integrity chat, like, what did we talk about last? And it'll tell you and refresh your memory and be able to better serve that client. And then this is also where you can do the scope of appointment. Ours is one of the easiest in the industry. To test me out, I encourage you to create yourself as a contact, send yourself a scope of appointment, and just see how truly easy it is. And then this is the policy data as well. So you'll be able to see any pending, which I have a lot of pending because of this is my training account, but you would also be able to see any current or previous policies with that consumer as well. Very, very, very impressive. The medical profile, this is where you add the providers, this is where you add prescriptions, the pharmacy, any health conditions, and their health info. The health info is more for the life side of the quoting and enrolling, which is really, really impressive as well. I highly encourage you to be using this platform for both products. And then the providers, prescriptions, and pharmacy, that is for the Medicare Advantage quoting and enrolling. And then you'll notice we do have a financial profile. This is to help you figure out how much life insurance they might need. And then we'll just get into the quoting option. So ideally, you would want to be quoting from the contact record. You would just hit start a quote here, but you do have access to quick quote. So if you are needing to see quickly what plans are available in an area, or you don't have time to create the contact first, you're just wanting to get in there to run the quote, you can do that through quick quote here at the top. And then you can work your way backwards. You can save that information from the quote to a contact and then do the application from here as well. But when you're in the contact record, you just hit start a quote, life or health. This example, I'm just going to do health. And then this is going to show you all of the Medicare Advantage plans that you can, that you're licensed and ready to sell with. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side, this is where all the filters are. So this is where you can filter by carrier, by plan type, by product. And then if you are in here quoting, I like to quote by unchecking the My Appointed Plans. This is definitely your personal preference. So when you uncheck My Appointed Plans, what happens is it creates that environment as if you were quoting on Medicare.gov. So it is going to show you all of the plans available, whether they're non-commissionable, whether you're contracted, it's going to show all plans. And then how you know which ones you can write, you will see an apply button right here. So you can see apply, and that's how you know you can just go ahead and get into the application and complete it right here. So just think about that. No hopping between different portals. It's definitely going to help you close more deals a lot quicker using this technology. As you scroll through, you'll notice some that, let me go to the next page, that might be non-commissionable. So we have a little red minus here. And then some carriers still let you apply for those, and then some don't. So you'll notice this WellCare one, it's non-commissionable, and I don't have that apply button. So I can't write that one on here. All right. And then this is also where that major filter upgrade is, I would call it an upgrade, is coming before AEP. So just keep an eye out on those filters on the right-hand side for those updates. And then I'm going to talk a smidge about leads. I'm not going to get into it too deep because it is definitely a whole training or multiple trainings in itself, but our platform does have a lead marketplace. So you can click your profile icon up here in the top right, go to lead marketplace, and this is going to be where you can purchase leads right away to call. So that we call that our lead marketplace. That's where you're purchasing leads and you're having to call them. And there's all kinds of leads. There's MedSup, there's Life, there's ACA, there is all kinds in here. So if you've never looked around in your area, or if you're wanting to, expand into new states, like you can see what leads are available in here. And then also within the lead marketplace, you can do real-time campaigns. So over here on the left, you'll see campaigns. This is where I would play around if you are going to get in here afterwards, and you can come in here, create a campaign. You can just make it a test name. It's not going to hurt the system to play around and get and see the different pricing and the different types of campaigns. And what this is whenever you're setting up a campaign, you're going to get those leads in real time, okay? Whether it's a data or a call. And then also, this is where you can do custom ads. So if you wanted to do a mail drop, you can do life and health mail drops in here as well. Just directly from the platform. Again, you're not having to go into multiple places to do that. And then the leads will come in here to your clients, and you would be able to, again, see this little filter in the top right-hand corner, and you would be able to filter, by the campaign source, whether it was imported or from your website, or you would be able to do campaign type, if it was a data lead or a real time, and then you would be able to filter those leads. And again, with the filters on the clients, this is, again, just a great way to make sure that you're servicing your clients the best way possible. So you can come in here and see, all of your clients with a certain product, with a certain carrier, a certain status. So you can come in here and see active, started, pending, inactive. You would be able to come in here and filter by have they done their SOA. So this one is one of my favorites, especially if you're using our scope of appointment. You can come in here and do SOA sent. And you'll notice whenever you pick a filter, you're always going to have the option to do this is or is not. So I can come in here and see who has not been sent a scope of appointment. And then that way I can see I have 20. So I might want to come into my marketing tab over here and send those 20 folks a link to do the scope of appointment. And then I think that's everything I really wanted to make sure everyone knew about this morning. I know I try to keep these to 30 minutes and I do see some questions coming through. So I am going to hit the questions. So if you do have questions, please put them in the Q&A. I am happy to answer them and show you anything live with your questions. So Shannon said it would be nice to create our own email and text to our clients. Yes, Shannon, completely agree. That feature is something they have talked about. I think that it's just figuring out the compliance on being able for you to create your own messages for sure. Terry, mass email for SOAs and for the client to upload their meds, docs, and schedule their appointments. Okay, I think that was a suggestion, Terry, and great news. The system already does that. So you can absolutely come in here to marketing and you would be able to do new campaign. And let's say you're doing, plan year 2027 SOA. And you would hit create. I want to send an email to sign an SOA. And this is, you can do it by people who don't have that SOA tag. Or you can just do it by, all of your clients. I think the filter without an SOA tag is going to be ideal. But again, you have the flexibility to, filter and send to whoever you need to send to, however you like. The other option to that, Terry, is you would have them create a plan enroll account. I know it's a weird title, but this template, what this will do is it does send them to the Get Synced link. And what that means, Terry, is that they can enter their own meds, doctors, prescriptions, do the SOA, schedule the appointment, all through this Get Synced link. So it's really, really awesome. So it's telling them, that they'll have access to their doctors and you're going to secure their information and they'll just need to get synced with you to do that. And again, you're more than welcome to send that to yourself so you can test it out. Yeah, it does change the stage to engaged, and that's because, every plan year, it's not guaranteed that they're your client. So if you're communicating with them, it's going to go back to engaged, and then you'll have to write that other app for it to go back to client. But I can definitely get with the team and have that conversation on maybe different options on how the stages are updated. Yeah, Shannon, again, that was in the updates that I talked about. So there are going to be more scope of appointment options. As of right now, it is only text or email. So if they do walk in and they are able to do that text or email, I would still do that. If not, obviously, you're probably going to want to use a paper one for them. And that's where the document upload will be really impressive as well. Conrad, how do you add contracted carriers? So great question. In the top right-hand corner, if you go to your account and then you click selling permissions. This is where you can see the carriers that you can write on here. If you are missing carriers, you're going to want to reach out to your Integrity upline. Hopefully it's Eldercare. We would love the opportunity to look into that, Conrad. But those contracts do have to be within that Integrity umbrella for you to be able to use the platform. And so we can definitely help you with that, Conrad. But to check and see if you do have any, you would just, again, go to the account and then selling permissions. And then this is where you can see the carriers that you're licensed and ready to sell with and can quote and enroll on the platform. And that's life and health. Michael, so he is asking if we can merge envelopes to client list. I guess I'm not for mass mailing. So great question, Michael. You can come in here to clients. I'm going to clear this filter here. And you'll notice you can filter the contacts however you want. Again, if you're needing to narrow it down for something. But once you do, you just check this box up here at the top. I know it's a little hard to see. But once you select all of them, this is where you can export. And it'll do selected or all. And you'll be able to export that into a spreadsheet. And then, yes, you can mail merge that for mass mailing. Amy said, can you link a policy for us? Great point, Amy. So if everyone is looking for homework, I know everyone loves homework. If you're looking for homework, I highly recommend cleaning up your dashboard. So if you do have any old reminders, which you might have some old ones from past years that we did automatically for you, you will have to come in here and manually click finish on all of them or complete. If you have any unlinked connections, I would look up these numbers, make sure they're not legit clients that you need to be adding in here and linking it to the client. Or if it is spam, I do recommend creating a contact that's like not needed, delete, archive, however you want to name that contact record. I recommend making it though. And then all of the spam calls that you get and any of the policy data here in the middle, that maybe they're not an active client anymore, you're not sure who they are, you would be able to link that to that delete contact. So you'll, whether it's the connection or if it's the policy, you would just click link to contact, which for this example, I'll do one of these policies. So we're going to click link to contact. And then what's going to happen is it's going to look into your clients and see if they're already a contact. If they are, it'll pop up here as a possible match, and you would just click their name and it links it. Obviously, this one I don't have as a contact in here. So I'm going to have to create a new contact, or I am noticing that this is inactive and I'm not sure who this is. So I think I'm just going to put it to my delete contact. So you'll see here, like I made a contact, first name delete, last name delete, and I'm going to link this policy to that contact. And then now whenever I go in here to policies, you'll have to let it load a second. I know there's a little time delay, but once you let it load, you'll be able to see all of the policies that were linked to this contact. And maybe refresh the page. I might be going a little too fast for it. Maybe I need to clear my cookies. But once you do link the policy, it will show up here. And if it's inactive, it'll show up here in the previous policies. Let's see if I go back. Does not want to load for me. It might be my system, but you would be able to see all of those policies within here. And then once you are in there, which I can show you in a different one, maybe it's not liking that contact. But if you accidentally link a policy to the wrong contact, there is a button next to the policy data where you can relink the policy to another contact if you need to. Like if you accidentally picked the wrong contact, or now you know who they are. You can relink that policy. Or if you have any pending ones that are not pending anymore, you can relink it, to that delete contact if you're wanting to clean up any pending policies too. And then, yeah, it looks like my internet is trying to run out on me. Let's see if there's any further questions. Shannon, how do we delete unlinked calls we do not need or want? So again, Shannon, I would come here and I would click link to contact and I would link it to that delete contact. Okay. That's how you delete any unlinked information you want. You link it to the delete contact. And then that'll start clearing it up. Does that make sense, Shannon? Yes. Okay. Awesome. So that's just some homework to get started. I know there's a lot more features in here, and I could talk hours on the technology, but I'm really, really excited for what's coming this AEP to the platform. I feel like it's really, really going to help agents in so many ways. And you definitely want to start making that switch to IntegrityCONNECT now, because I know it may take some time to get everything moved over in here. And I know certifications are going to be opening soon, and it's just going to be a lot. And so if you do need help, if you have any questions, please, please reach out to us here at Eldercare. We are always going to answer our phone. It's 1-800-777-9322, and you're always going to get a real person. If I'm unavailable, I have trained my team. All of them know exactly how to use the platform, so we can definitely help you use this technology to how it benefits you. Okay. And I look forward to actually showing you some of these newer features this fall. And if you haven't already registered for our conference in Hot Springs, Arkansas, I highly recommend that you do that. It is such an amazing opportunity for agents to come together. We focus on collaboration, and then that way, agents are learning from agents. And it's a lot of fun. We do it here in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's going to be August 24th and 25th. And if you want that registration link, just let me know and we'll get it to you. All right, everyone. I know I went over a few minutes, but I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye, everyone.